segment about deadbeat parents. I can only say so much about deadbeat mothers because I've only heard of situations with deadbeat mothers. But everything I say on this episode will be from my perspective because I deal with a deadbeat father. I honestly, I want to get to the most annoying part of this conversation where people say, oh, well, you know who they were before you had a kid with them, or, oh, well, they said they didn't want a kid, so you should have did this and got an abortion. First of all, getting an abortion or using emergency contraceptives is literally for people that are put in abusive situations, not for you people that want to have sex unlimited and use all of these things that poison our bodies to get rid of or get out of the responsibility of bearing children, whether it's a male or a female. Y'all need to stop using abortions and contraceptives as a reason to be a bum. So I'll digress from that because I hate that whole argument. Like, regardless, you were grown enough to have sex and create the child. So saying what you coulda, shoulda, woulda did is really beyond me. But, and, from my perspective, I actually asked my child's father when I was pregnant and after in postpartum, you can give your parental rights to me. I don't need you to be a fake parent. So here we are. My child is almost 3 and he sucks. Now, a lot of minorities, I don't want to just say Black people, but a lot of minorities and really just white people can really be in on this conversation, honestly, because just of how the economy is structured. For some reason, y'all keep creating these broken homes. Like, y'all keep falling for the okie doke. They want us to have these unstable relationships and create these broken homes and continue their cycle. Like, there's so many variables to it, but all in all, the economy is winning because these children are suffering in broken homes. Like, if you want to get factual about it, but I'll stay on topic and talk about myself first. So when I was pregnant, I was already working and my child's father was already making money in the ways he thought was best, or so he said. And within my first trimester, I noticed he really wasn't trying to go and get a job or, do whatever was necessary to make sure my child had ample amount of what she needed. On top of when I got pregnant, they announced the pandemic was starting, like literally 2-3 weeks after I found out I was pregnant. COVID hit and all of this stuff started. So it's like, we're going through a pandemic. Logically, you shouldn't want the mother of your potential child to be stressed, working too hard, overexerting herself. You would think that logic would be implied in most men, but my child's father lacked in that department. He did not care about my safety, my well-being, me working too much or too hard. Like, he just was like, oh, well, I'm cool with it. You don't like, he didn't tell me to have an abortion. He just was like, it's cool. We'll work it out. And it's like, I worked it out. I worked 60, 70 hours a week. I ended up getting a second job because he didn't work. I'm starting registries. I'm asking the people in my family for help, all while he's just not doing anything but harassing me to see who I'm sleeping with while I'm pregnant with his child. There's no way you care about this child and you're not working. You're not, every check I'm buying diapers, every check I'm looking for money for this. I had midwives and had a home birth. I had to pay them $2,000. I paid that out of my own pocket. Like, and that was a preference of mine. So I honestly, if he was a participating parent, truly, I wouldn't have cared if he didn't pay for the midwives, because some men have different beliefs and they, whatever. Midwives and going the natural route was my personal preference. So the money wasn't the issue for me. I didn't mind breaking bread and doing what I had to do. I accepted the responsibility of being a parent because I'm not a deadbeat. But you got other parties trying to tell me what to do, who I'm sleeping with. Like, there's all these variables when no one's had any true concern about my well-being while I was pregnant. I think that was my biggest strife with the whole situation. Like, no one cares about how I'm doing or whatever. And then when the baby comes, it's, oh, she looks like us and it's this and it's like, shut up. Like, none of y'all cared about this baby when it was in my stomach. Y'all hardly care about her now while she's outside of my body. So, honestly, the whole topic of deadbeat mothers and fathers is simple and true. It's either you have too many people enabling you to do whatever you want to do, or you're just a bum piece of shit avoiding the truth. And a lot of the time is both. A lot of the times you got family who's just letting you do whatever, not holding you accountable, or just looking at it from your side. Me, I don't know how other people operate, but I want to understand, like, if my friend comes to me with a problem and it's a deadbeat parent situation, I'm gonna look at it from her side and the dad's side. Or if it's a boy, I'm gonna look at it from his side and the mom's side. Like, I'm not gonna not hold my friend accountable if they're wrong. And anybody that knows me knows the story of me and my child's father well enough to, like, my best friend will tell you, just wait till your daughter gets old enough. I will tell her everything she needs to know because you tried. And I got witnesses that'll tell you I did try. And those same witnesses will tell you I did dumb stuff and made stupid mistakes. So it's like, I'm not saying I didn't play a part, but I accepted my responsibility in bringing this child into this world. I'm not going to let her suffer or be faulted because me and her father didn't work out. I accepted a long time ago me and him didn't work out. But the fact that you don't see the value in this life you bring into the world, that's like, that's just too much for me. It doesn't make sense how you can claim to love this child, but you don't do anything to show that you love this child. And outside of money, like, I can't get him to brush her teeth, can't get him to learn how to comb her hair. All those excuses about, oh, well, men don't know how to do this and men aren't, it's mom's job to do this and da 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 da. I get women have natural instincts and we take to roles easier when it comes to the roles of motherhood, but that doesn't mean we don't want to break. And that doesn't mean we don't want help. A mother can't do everything by themselves. It takes a village to raise a child. That's not a fake statement. It makes no sense how people can fake care about your child, but you're not, as a father, you should be taking the time to learn how to comb hair or learn a hairstyle that's easy enough for you to do. Your child's hair, whether it's a boy or a girl, it needs to be moisturized. It needs to be hydrated. Either way, the child's hair needs to be treated like it's a plant. If you don't know how to do something, you would think you would love your child enough to learn how to do it. All those excuses men get, I literally could care less about. Like, I don't care. You probably got a million excuses in your head right now thinking of ways to defend something I'm saying, but it's the truth. You really don't care that much if you don't take the time to learn how to do it. That goes for anything in life outside of children. If you really cared about someone and you knew that there was something they know how to do or something, like if you, like say you got somebody in your life that's disabled, you would want to know the best way to take care of them or a way to make things easier for them so they can get out and go around the world with you or go places or, be adaptable to environments. You have to be adaptable to people's situations too. Your child deserves that. You need to adapt to your child's upbringing because they're not going to be in that stage forever. You're going to, I miss my child growing up like this because Did you miss it or were you not cooperative? Nobody wants a bystander as a parent. Nobody wants a parent that's like, oh yeah, my child, you want to clap for them on the sidelines, but you don't want to get in and be a coach. Nobody wants a mother or father of a parent that just sits on the sideline and is just like, yay, yay, my kids. You're clapping for them, but are you really happy for them? Were you a part of that molding process? Like, come on now. It's just a lot of little stuff that people claim to know and claim to talk about. But when it comes to even deadbeat family members, deadbeat friends, like just a deadbeat to me, you suck. I don't care. Don't be in my life and say you want to be there for me and my child. And you're a deadbeat as an individual. Like, you're lazy, you're a bum, you want to sleep all day, you want to do nothing all day. Like, I remember I was at my child's father's house and my child wasn't awake yet. And as soon as she woke up, I'm ready for her to go back to bed. Are you insane? Like, why? She just woke up. This is a child that needs to learn structure, needs to learn a routine. And then my child's not in daycare. So it's like, get her up, brush her teeth, feed her a good breakfast, get her out in the sun, get her tired. Let her exert that energy she naturally has because children naturally have, they're starting from scratch. They have all the energy we may not have anymore, but you need to find your inner child and make that shit work. Your child didn't ask to be here. So all these excuses about why you're a deadbeat, I need them to go out the window. If y'all wanted sound advice, here it is. If you're a deadbeat, you suck. You just do. I mean, we all have a life to live. Like I work from home. I got bills to pay. I got stuff to do. Whether I have my child here or not, I'll be making something shake so I can have a life and work towards a stable future. Like, I'm not gonna make up excuses about who's slowing me down and who didn't do what. I get up and I just do it. I get up every day and I work from home and get up and deal with my child every day. Happily. If it was up to me, I wouldn't care about this job, but I got to because I'm the only one making the bread. So here we are. I don't want to hear nothing from nobody about a deadbeat because I get up and do it every day. Even when I don't want to, even when I want to rip my hair out and cry, I get up and do it. Because God don't bless no mess. Honestly. It doesn't make me feel any better to just stop everything. I'm not going to do it because, and I hate those moms that do that. Oh, I'm not going to do this because your dad won't, or I'm not this, da, 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 da. No, I'm not going to do that to my child. I'm not going to make her suffer because I picked a bad father for her. We going to find you a new one, boo. But at the end of the day, your child shouldn't be suffering those consequences. And you are an able body. So you can't do nothing but go to God and say, hey, because this is what I did. I made a mistake. My child may not be a mistake, but the situation that I have brought her into was a mistake. So all I can do is repent and fess to those things. And hopefully he recognizes the effort and the work I put in without the help of an extra person. Because all in all, like I said before, we are here to live and we are here to function in this world, kid or not. Eventually you would have had a kid, but if you didn't have a child and you plan on having no children, you should be getting property, land, innovating science. You know, you should be doing something to really contribute to this world because in the Bible, he says to be fruitful and multiply. Eventually, at some point in your life, you was going to have children. And people in the Bible have children. They are in multiple marriages. They have multiple wives, whatever. So it's like, we were sent here to do that. And as a man, you don't have to reproduce. So all you have to do is work and be plentiful. That's it. All you got to do is take care of your children. So you need to take care of the world that you're leaving behind for your kids. Everybody is supposed to be doing that. And if you don't have kids, you should be making the world a better place for people that are having kids. I don't get why people are so selfish, but I'm telling y'all, the deadbeat topic goes beyond me because it's too many arguments about why people don't want to do what they're supposed to do. I'm not sitting up here talking. I don't have no complaints about why I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I know what I'm supposed to be doing as a mother. I know I should be taking care of my child. I know I should be doing whatever to mold and pour into her. But the fact that I have to work and still mold and pour into her is ridiculous. The way y'all got this world set up where people work more than they can be a parent, ridiculous. That's why I work at home. That's why my child's not in school. I don't get enough time with her and it's really not fair. If I were to put her on this schedule and then I hate those, I feel bad for those people that have mom guilt or dad guilt. You got to go out and work and do all this stuff when you really want to be at home with your kid. It must be nice to have a conscience because I don't have that luxury. I don't have an extra parent that actually wants to do the groundwork. My child's father gets to stay at home all day, every day, and just be a bum. And then God forbid I ask him where his money at or what is he going to, and my thing is I ask him to just buy stuff for my child. I don't even care if he doesn't have money or not, but at least take care of the child. If you're not going to break bread with me because we're not together per se, at least buy for my child. It makes no sense that I'm the only one buying shoes. I'm the only one buying clothes, but you want to argue with me about what type of parent I am and what type of an adult you are. It's really ridiculous. But all in all, I know he's still just mad that he can't have me under his control. You want me to be with you within your limits. You don't want me to say nothing about you not working. You don't want me to say nothing about how trying to be a self-made entrepreneur isn't really your thing. That's what my issue is with deadbeat parents. You don't get to sit up and act like you grown and do grown activities, but then when it's time to be held accountable and communicate like a grown person, you don't want to do that. If you don't know how to communicate and all you know how to do is manipulate other people, you're probably a deadbeat because avoiding accountability instead of just facing the music and dealing with what your responsibilities are and being grateful that you have an able body to do those things. I mean, you losing in life, seriously. So if you're a deadbeat, go to hell. Have a good day.